The Falklands Conflict of 1982 was fought more than 8,000 miles from Britain, in some of the world's most hostile waters. While the war is often remembered for dramatic land battles and air attacks, control of the South Atlantic at sea was the foundation of British victory. Through rapid mobilization, superior naval coordination, and determined leadership, the Royal Navy overcame distance, danger, and a capable enemy to secure maritime dominance and retake the Falkland Islands. The importance of sea control. For Britain, control of the sea was essential. The Falklands could only be retaken by amphibious assault, and every soldier, vehicle, aircraft, and supply had to be carried by ship. Without sea control, the task force could not reach the islands. Landings could not be supported. Victory would be impossible. Argentina understood this and focused heavily on attacking British ships. The British Task Force. Within days of Argentina's invasion on April 2, 1982, Britain assembled a powerful naval task force. It included aircraft carriers HMS Hermes and HMS Invincible, nuclear-powered submarines, destroyers and frigates, amphibious ships and auxiliaries. This force had to operate far beyond normal supply lines, relying on underway replenishment and careful planning. Submarine dominance. The sinking of General Belgrano. One of the most decisive moments at sea came on May 2, 1982, when the British nuclear submarine HMS Conqueror sank the Argentine cruiser ARA General Belgrano. The sinking had a major strategic impact. The Argentine Navy withdrew to port. The threat of surface attack against the task force was largely eliminated. British carriers gained greater freedom of movement. This single action effectively gave Britain control of the open ocean around the Falklands. Carrier power and sea-based air operations. With no nearby air bases, British operations depended entirely on aircraft carriers. Sea Harriers provided air defense for the fleet, interception of Argentine aircraft, limited ground attack support. Operating in harsh weather and with limited numbers, the carriers remained the heart of British naval power. The amphibious landings at San Carlos. The most dangerous naval phase came during the amphibious landings at San Carlos Water on May 21, 1982. British ships anchored in confined waters and were subjected to intense Argentine air attacks. Despite losses and damage, the Royal Navy protected troop transports, maintained supply lines, kept the beachhead open. This success allowed British ground forces to establish a foothold on the islands. Losses and sacrifice at sea. British naval victory came at a high cost. Destroyers and frigates such as HMS Sheffield and HMS Coventry were sunk. Several other ships were badly damaged. Sailors and aircrew faced constant danger. However, Argentine naval losses and withdrawal meant Britain retained overall maritime superiority. Logistics and endurance. Sustaining operations so far from home tested the Royal Navy's logistics to the limit. Fleet tankers, supply ships, and civilian vessels requisitioned for war played a crucial role. The ability to keep ships fueled, armed, and supplied in the South Atlantic was a quiet but decisive factor in British success. Why Britain won at sea? Britain took control of the South Atlantic because of submarine superiority, effective carrier-based air power, strong command and coordination, professional seamanship and training, Argentine naval withdrawal after early losses. Once sea control was secured, the outcome of the war increasingly favored Britain. The Falklands conflict at sea was the foundation of British victory. Through decisive submarine action, determined carrier operations, and the courage of sailors under constant threat, Britain secured the South Atlantic. This maritime dominance made the land campaign possible and ensured the eventual recapture of the Falkland Islands.